Hey guys, what's up people? And today I'm gonna let's hear a real story. So yeah, this is about a girl. I don't know much. Let's see.
Hello everyone, my name is Lisa. I have a story related to my sister Lynn. The fact is that since childhood, we did not get along with each other. We always competed. I don't even know why it happened, but it was terrible. Our whole life was like a race with nowhere to go. Well, now, I will tell you about everything in more detail. And you watched?
I never fight it with my brother or sister. I never fight it because I never had I'm 9 years old and I don't have any brother or sister. And maybe I will have one day. I really don't know, but let's see this.
Do not forget to like the video, share my story with your friends, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. This is my sister, Lynn, and we've had different interests since we were kids. Lynn and I were at loggerheads every minute. For as long as I can remember, we haven't been able to play games together, share food, clothes, or even a room. We fought so hard that Mom and Dad bought a house that had 2 separate rooms, for me and for my sister. As soon as it came to what we were going to watch in the evening...
Do you have to do these all things when, a child comes? Then, hurrah. I thought when, a little brother or sister comes, the parents love the little one more than, the bigger child. I don't know if it's true. And it should be not. Because otherwise, I don't need any of my sisters or brothers.
There was a struggle between Lynn and I. She liked one thing and I liked another. But sometimes I thought she really liked the same things I did, but she was just doing it to get on my nerves. Our parents clutched their heads, did not know what to do. And as time went on, we grew up. Over the years, we talked less and less, only doing things that infuriated each other. I knew my sister was jealous of my figure. I was more slender, I had straight legs, gorgeous hair, nails.
How, the hand, bruh. Her hands are, damn, like this or something. I don't know, her hands is weird, and how should I fix it? And another my animated story. I don't think it's my animated story. It's just animated story. I don't know.
I dressed well and always looked spectacular. This infuriated Lynn even more. Maybe sometimes I did it on purpose, knowing how she's sensitive about her height and slightly bulging tummy. Thanks to my appearance, I quickly found a boyfriend. He was a rich football player. Oh. He had already started his career and we started dating. Ben won the heart of more than just me and my mom and dad. He was good-looking, successful, and rich. My parents and I weren't rich, but now I could afford everything. Lynn, in turn, when she found out that I now have such a guy, began to bite her nails even more. She was really freaking out about it because she still wasn't in a relationship. Then right after school, she went to law school, said that she would work as a lawyer. I laughed at her, wished her luck, and told her that one day she might be able to climb the career ladder, but in the meantime, she would have to work as a free lawyer in the local city court. I knew it hurt her, but we had that kind of relationship, so it was okay. I thought about doing the same thing, but...
Nothing is it's just fine. We have a relationship, so it's fine to say anything. If you have a best friendship and you say, hey, I think you're mad, it's nothing. But when your parents hear that, they'll say, she's your best friend, you should never tell her like that, and punish me or ground me up.
Ben changed all my plans. He proposed to me and I couldn't refuse, especially since I loved him. I told my parents and then I wrote to my sister. I invited her to our wedding, sent a photo of me happy with a diamond ring, but she only wrote a short, congratulations, and that was it. Yes, as you guessed, she didn't come to my wedding. At first, I was very offended, But then I realized that she was just jealous. My life has turned out much better than hers. Now I am the wife of a rising football star. Moreover,
Like, she had the whole, like, in the whole story, she just have one clothes. She isn't, like, a football player. She should be rich, so you can buy, like, some clothes. They're so annoying.
we are rich, and I went everywhere with him around the world to games. My parents were happy for me and worried about Lynn at the same time. I didn't really know what was going on with her, but I heard from my mother that she was all about studying and living on it. A couple of years later, I got pregnant. To be honest, Ben wasn't happy about the news. He wanted us to live by ourselves for the time being, but I didn't understand that because we had already lived together for 2 years. We did not deny ourselves anything. Went to different countries, cities, walked until the morning. We had fun, didn't have any worries. By then, I was ready to have a baby. I really wanted to become a young mother. And the night I got this great news, Ben came home from training, and I met him happy with dinner and a gift. I made a note for him that said we were going to have a baby. Ben was in a good mood. We had dinner, but when he found the note, his mood immediately changed. I hadn't expected this reaction, but I was angry. He tore it up and then shouted that he didn't
How can, like, such a big person can be like this?
want children yet, that he wasn't ready for me to have a child. At that moment, my whole world collapsed. I tried to explain that this is our baby, that we should be happy, that I'm also scared, but I want to become a mother. And then Ben said, just do it without me. I cried a lot. I couldn't imagine how. I went home to my parents and decided to stay with them for the time being. My mother insisted that I give birth. She said that our baby is not to blame for the fact that he doesn't have a father. My parents promised to help raise the child. And as luck would have it, we had severe financial difficulties at home, as work was tight. I didn't want to be a burden to anyone, and I still had a glimmer of hope that Ben would understand. But a week passed, then 2. He didn't show up, so I decided to go to him myself. When I arrived at his house, a stranger
Like, they're not, like, personally separated, so, like, and how can I, like, he not be happy? Like, oh gosh. And what about her sister? Like, her sister would be like, I should help her, but, like, after, like, fighting a lot, how can it be even possible, man?
girl opened the door for me. She introduced herself as his soulmate, said that she would
Ma'am, you forgot something. Yeah, your clothes.
be with him now. I could barely hold back my tears. And then Ben came out and said that if I decided to keep the baby, he would divorce me and not leave me a dime. I was shattered. I began to feel depressed, not knowing where to go. I went back to my parents, as there was no other way out. The only
She just said she doesn't know where to go, and she's just like, I should go to my mother and my father. Like, she knows where she should go.
thing I was sure of was that I wanted to keep the baby. About a month later, when I had recovered a little, Lynn came to see my mom and dad. She had just finished the school year with excellent results and decided to visit her parents. Our meeting with her
First, like, I thought, like, this girl is super nice and so cute. And her sister is like, and like, full of attitude and dumbush. But, like, she's doing her studies, and what you need more to be a good girl.
was unexpected for both of us. We embraced dryly, and for a long time we were silent sitting at the table. I didn't know if I should tell her about my life. My mom and dad asked her about her studies, and Lynn said that everything was difficult for her. But then she quipped that if she had been born beautiful like me, she would have had fewer problems. Beauty is not happiness, I said to her, and she said to me with such an offensive, What are you saying? You married a rich football player, and I have to tear my claws out to pass the next exam, and somehow then find a job to live until the next salary. Her words sounded like accusations. My mother tried to reprimand her, but I stopped her. I got up from the table and showed her my stomach. He left me, as you can see, despite my appearance, I told her, and then burst into tears and went to my room. After a while, Lynn came to see me. She was silent at first.
Her clothes are like when a typical girl goes to school. Like, she is dressed up like that, like a skirt, a leggings, and like a top. I hate that things.
And then asked how it happened. I told her everything. And it was so unusual to share problems with my sister, because we never did such a thing. I started crying again, and she sat so awkwardly closer, and then she hugged me, and I didn't hold back my emotions anymore. Lynn promised me that night that she would definitely help me win back some of the money. If he doesn't...
See, if you have a sister you fight all the time, she will help you totally.
...want to be with you, he has to help, like the father of a child. I know that as a lawyer, she said, and Lynn kept her promise. She was with me at every trial, protecting my interests. Lynn argued in court. She talked to Ben, his lawyer, and answered all questions clearly and competently. That's when I really saw my sister for who she is. Her intelligence, strength, and firmness of character, I was proud of her. A few months later, my daughter was born, and I named her Lena, after her aunt. A lot has changed since then. We managed to win the trial, and Ben is now providing for the baby and me. After a couple of years, Lynn graduated and became a certified professional. She succeeded in her career, won cases that she took on, and I was always very proud of her. Imagine how much our relationship has changed. Now we were no longer the same rivals. On the contrary, now we were rooting for each other. My sister doted on my child. She just adored her. And when my daughter grew up, Lena persuaded me to go to college. I was ashamed to do it, but she persuaded me, explaining that it's never too late to start learning. She was right. Now I attend school in the evening while my parents look after the child. I decided to train as a fashion designer to come up with outfits for people of any shape. I think this is just what I needed. Lynn let me work on her a little, and I changed her hair color, her clothing style, and now I don't even recognize her. She's just beautiful. I was once again
Like, seriously, if you change, like, a diet a little, like, it's not about hair or clothes. She didn't even diet.
convinced that everything happens for a reason. What do you guys think?
Do you have a little brother or sister? How do you...
Okay, it's another story, and so that's it for the day, guys. I hope you like this video. If you did, smack the like button, and I'll see you in the next one.